Although it was meant to celebrate King Felipe's 10 years on the throne, it seems we still have to wait a while to see this anticipated portrait. An endless editing process, significantly longer than usual, with no explanation. That sums up the mystery surrounding the photo of Kings Felipe and Letizia taken by Annie Leibovitz last February, of which nothing is known 7 months later. And this is not for lack of trying to find out. The unusual photo session took place on February 7th, set against the regal backdrop of the royal palace. The subjects were King Felipe, Queen Letizia, and the world's highest-paid photographer, who has also photographed notable figures including Queen Elizabeth II. The significance of this session was underscored by its timing, as it was intended to commemorate a decade of King Felipe's reign, marking a significant milestone for the Spanish monarchy. Since that day, numerous inquiries have been made to the involved parties to learn the status of this image and when it will be revealed. Understandably, the photo session with Annie Leibovitz is considered historic, leading to high expectations, particularly in the media. Speculation has grown about the reasons for the delay, and questions have been raised regarding the potential implications for the royal family's image. The first party involved is the Bank of Spain, the institution that initially commissioned this image. We must acknowledge that, of the three involved, it is the only one that has responded promptly to our many inquiries. Though the answer has consistently been a disappointing, there are no updates at this time. This lack of information has left many wondering about the internal processes at the bank and whether there are specific reasons behind the prolonged editing period. The second institution involved is the royal house, but their response suggests they do not wish to be involved. Since this is a commission from the Bank of Spain, the Palacio de la Zarzuela does not have the authority to explain the delay in the image's release. If they are aware of the reasons, they are not willing to share this information with the media. It's not our issue, they stated. This has led to further speculation about the dynamics between the royal household and the institutions that handle their public image. The third party is Annie Leibovitz herself. As you can imagine, it is not easy to communicate with the world's most sought-after photographer. We have attempted to reach out to her studio in New York as well as her representation agency. However, despite numerous attempts, we have received no response. This silence raises questions about whether Leibovitz is facing her own challenges with this project or if there are other factors at play. With the mystery of when we will finally see the results of the February photo session at the Royal Palace still unsolved, we wonder why a single image is taking so long. The anticipation surrounding the photo is palpable, and many are eager to see how the royal couple presents themselves in this milestone portrait. Everyone knows that the photographer is extremely meticulous, and while a single session, though this is not the case for the one featuring Kings Felipe and Letizia, can take an entire day or even longer, the same applies to the editing process. The artist does not rush and aims for perfection. If that means weeks of work, so be it. However, based on other projects by Leibovitz, we can confirm that 7 months is an unusually long time, even for her. For instance, the photographs she took of Queen Elizabeth for her 90th birthday at Windsor were reported by Buckingham to have been taken just after Easter, which that year fell on March 27th. The 3 images were published on April 21st, coinciding with the big day. This example highlights the efficiency with which Leibovitz typically works, further deepening the mystery of the delay with the Spanish royal portrait. In this case, there was no longer than a month for editing, and the photos included more people, 2 of the Queen's youngest grandchildren and her 5 great-grandchildren at the time, as well as images with her dogs and another with her daughter, Princess Anne. The contrast is striking, especially given the expectations surrounding the portrait of King Felipe and Queen Letizia. Though it is not the same photographer, we have a more recent and equally symbolic example featuring the same subjects. The last official portraits of Kings Felipe and Letizia, taken by Estela de Castro, were published just weeks after they were shot. In this instance, we are talking about 10 different images intended to be displayed in official buildings for years, so the editing work and final results had to be meticulous. This serves as a reminder of the capabilities of contemporary photographers to produce and release work swiftly, further emphasizing the unusual nature of the current situation. These examples illustrate that the editing of the single photograph of King Felipe and Queen Letizia commissioned by the Bank of Spain to commemorate 10 years of his reign is taking far too long. Additionally, since all these photographs were distributed in digital format, one might think the delay in this particular image's release could be due to the physical format, as the intention was for the photo to arrive at the Bank of Spain ready for display on one of its walls. As public interest continues to mount, many are left wondering not only about the fate of this specific image, but also about how it will reflect the current state of the Spanish monarchy. Will it convey a sense of modernity and accessibility, or will it evoke a more traditional royal image? The anticipation surrounding the release of this portrait has become a topic of conversation, with many eager to see how it encapsulates this significant moment in Spanish history. Until further updates are provided, the mystery remains, keeping both the media and the public on alert for any news regarding this highly anticipated portrait. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on the Spanish monarchy. Thanks for watching till the end.